Is there any message that you would want to convey to the policymakers who are, debating these REAP grants and tax credits at the moment?
Yes, I would. We've entered into a little phase of with the new administration where we have had our eyes opened to fraud, abuse, and waste, I believe is the way it's said. And, we see this. I can say from personal experience that this has not felt anything like fraud, abuse, and waste. I have a micro power plant, as I like to call it, that's been installed that has a 20-year warranty, not knowing exactly what the life cycle is. I know I got 20 years for this. And this was not fraud, abuse, and waste. This was a sustainable project that will provide us with sustainable clean energy for, I hope, the next 25 to 30 years. So, as I said earlier, new technology sometimes is for rich folks. That's how I've always kind of seen it. And with these tax credits, with the grant, I was able to obtain that same type of security, I guess you might say, and sustainability as those in much higher earning income brackets than I'm in. So what it did is it provided me, just a little dude in Nashville, Georgia, with the ability to have some of the cutting edge technology that I see continuing to advance, even right here with our panels and the software that's used and all of this other stuff that is associated with this. Yeah, I think it's vital to do this because it is such a high cost project, but it works and it works well. These panels are do exactly what they're supposed to do, and for individual small business owners, it's going to take that. Maybe not for a multi-million-dollar conglomerate, but for a small business owner, it does take things like assistance from a REAP grant or tax credits to make these projects happen. For somebody in my position as a small town Main Street business owner, this is what it takes. So this was not waste, abuse, and fraud. This was sustainable energy for the next 25 years. And it sounds important.
But I grew up about 2 miles from here, whole life. Graduated from the school, locally from the schools, and then went to the Army for 8 to 10 years. Then came back and started farming with my dad.
Can you tell us a little bit about your time in the Army? How was that?
I was an officer in the Army, flew helicopters, flew Apaches and Kiowas, one tour to Iraq.
What would you say if you had the chance to speak to policymakers about this program? Is there anything that you would like to share with them?
I've seen a lot of the fraud, waste, and abuse in programs, even like this or other programs, and I would like them, if they would ever want to come visit, to see that it does. At least this one was real. It went to a real person, a real farm, in a real area, and come look at it. That's all I can say. Here's I guess a success story.
Question about the system. How does it make you feel when you see the panels and you see the batteries?
I'm proud of it. And I mean, go back to the security too that we talked about. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad to be a pioneer in the industry, or at least this area, to show other people that it can work for you. And I'm happy to share with it and with yourself and with any politicians that want to come, Democrat or Republican. I mean, nobody's perfect. And yeah, I'd like to say thank you. As I mentioned earlier, I was not sure how to go forward without funding on this project. It was a large project, and this was large for me. And smaller project can be large for another guy. You got somebody investing in you, wanting to see this happen. It's a good feeling. I'm glad we could get it done. I'm glad it could be a success story with investors, a success story with the REAP grants, and I'm excited to go forward. And if you like to come here, come visit.
And can you describe maybe how this grant money has helped you and how important it has been for you?
It's very important. We couldn't have done it. It's real important. And it's helping everybody. You know,
Would you have considered doing the project without the grant money?
not of this magnitude. I think we've got 260 panels, but not. I would have considered it, but not, like I said, not this big.
For any of, say, the policymakers who are protecting the grant funding for projects like this, would you have anything to say to them?
They really need to keep doing it if there's any way possible. Because it's like I said, it helps everybody.
Maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, about myself, I've always wanted to be a farmer ever since I was 5 years old. And this is the very land that we were farming. And I am the third generation farmer, and we call it a almost legacy farm because it's almost at least 94, 95 years old.
We're going to share this video with the investors, with the community, with policymakers, anything that you would like to include that you haven't shared already with us.
Just make sure you keep funding our programs so that we can service the community, service food deserts in any way that we can from the farm aspect. So keep believing in us because we need the funding to continue our passion is.